This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks, with an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to Eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.
Yes, broadcasting live from southern Michigan and all around the globe. Of course, this is late night into the bizarre. I'm BMR. Joined tonight by the brilliant Brandi from the Blondes and the Booze Paranormal Podcast. Please subscribe if not already. And the mysterious Monica from our paranormal world. Our other sidekick, Krista, has the night off. Thanks for coming on in. I do appreciate that. Of course, the super chat's open, a great way to help support what we do around here. You can become BMR Pirates tonight, mateys. Join the many, join the few, depending on your point of view. That's right. You get a picture of good old BMR sporting a bandana. There's your name in the chat room. How many people are going to walk the plank tonight is always the question. How many people? Thanks, everybody, for buying my books on YouTube. You know what they are. Bigfoot Michiganrob presents True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1 and 2. Monica brought herself up again, second week in a row.
I am so sorry.
I'll just bring up Rando. You guys know my spiel.
Box again.
I tell you, Monica, it's becoming
a terrible. I am so sorry, Rob.
It doesn't really matter. I just, it's fine. I get a kick out of it.
We're having the blooper reels already.
Yeah, me and Brandi are talking about trying to put together blooper reels, which would be a lot of work.
You got them. Me clicking the wrong box.
Yeah, Anyway, so where was I? Oh my God, I'm flabbergasted, Monica.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's a
buy the books. Leave a comment if you bought them. It helps promote sales, much like YouTube. Give a thumbs up, leave the like. It's all analytics. It's how you make your money, analytics these days on things like this in media. So thanks. So girls, thanks for coming on in.
Well, I'm glad I got to be here today.
Yeah, you guys got to hear the tail end of my little rant in the background.
Sure did.
I didn't even realize it was already showtime, and I was out bitching. I gotta tell you, I got this is so strange, you guys. Not too long ago, on the outside of my house, I've got floodlights, and they're activated by movement, right? And they are very sensitive. If the wind even blows too hard, they'll go on. And anything that wanders on by, they do their job. So I was upstairs in my kitchen, and I heard this crash and this boom. So I go to look out. I run to the other side of the house to look out where I heard it, which was by the floodlights, and they didn't turn on. I'm like, now that is strange. So I went down to, of course, investigate. And I went outside first, and I walked by the light. I'm going like this. It don't turn on. And so I'm like, man, this is odd. So I went back in the house. I had to go down the lower level and flick the switch, because sometimes it's like a short or whatever. That didn't work. Then they finally clicked on. Thank gosh. So I'm like, now I'm looking around. What was it? Because it was a loud sound, you guys. So I go to grab a flashlight because my whole backyard's dark. And of course, the first flashlight I pull, batteries are not working.
It's always like.
And so I had to go look for D cell batteries. I mean, who has D batteries? I have AAA and AA typically. for all the remotes, right?
Yep.
So I finally found some D batteries, got the flashlight, and I looked on the side of the house, and there's nothing. So I pan out toward the back of the yard, goes back kind of deep in the back of my house. And I always hate talking about, again, Monica, my garden. I pan out toward the garden. Now, I've had a crappy year with my vegetables this year. Crappy year for me.
Yeah.
But one of my pride and joys is this beautiful 4-foot tall tomato plant, which has already got orange type tomatoes on it, which I was getting ready to pull off in another few days. And I'm looking, flashed at the garden. I know it's right off the bat, my tomato plant's missing. Gone.
What?
So, yes, gone. So I'm walking toward the back of the house, toward the garden. And you know that the tomato, it was, I guess, 4-foot tall, and its stem on it is pretty darn thick already. It was almost like somebody took their hands and pulled it out. It was like the roots of this thing were all extended out. It was totally pulled out from the base with about 15 to 18-inch roots, and it was tossed on the side of my garden. And I'm looking around, and again, I didn't really investigate too hard because I knew the show was starting. I didn't see no tracks of any animals or anything, and I don't have any animals that do that. The squirrels will sometimes dig them up. And I've got those, as you guys know already about me. I got all these wandering cats, stray cats, feral cats, if you want to call them, some of them. But they don't do that either. And squirrels, they usually just, they dig a hole, a little 1-inch hole. This thing, you guys, was pulled out and thrown on the side of the garden. That's something for me to look into tomorrow morning. That I thought was odd. Still can't account for the crashing on the side of the house. It's not like the plant was thrown at. It wouldn't have made that noise anyway. So I'm kind of a little befuddled and miffed at why in the middle of the night, 11:00 at night, my time. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a person did it, you guys.
Yeah. Is it easy to get access into your yard where the garden is?
Yeah, in front of the house, you could go through the gate, but you gotta lift the gate, all that, take the latch off.
Could
But,
somebody
I
do
have
that
one of
and
those.
you wouldn't hear them?
You could I would not. I would. That's why I have the light out. If you walked in my backyard, I wouldn't hear you. You could go in my backyard and have a beer on my deck. I wouldn't hear you.
Oh.
That's why I installed the light because and typically I park my truck on the side of the house at night. I pull it up at night.
Did you look at the side of the house to make sure that?
The first thing I did, and I didn't notice anything. I shine a light on the house. Nothing wrong with the house. There's nothing crashed into it. I mean, I got my, we have our good old plastic garbage cans, which I have 10 feet away down the fence line somewhere, and they were perfect. They didn't get blown up. It's not a windy night.
Do you have
So
neighbors that you're fighting with?
no, not me. There's an empty lot right to the right of me, and then the house over there is pretty cool. And the guy, another thing for you guys. And my other neighbor, the old guy I told you about that saw the dog man.
Yeah.
He lives on the other side of me, but he's back in Mexico. And so yeah, it's just pretty much me. And across the street, the houses are cool neighbors.
Okay.
So no, I have no problems. And yeah, so
That's a weird thing for somebody just to do randomly. Like,
I mean,
did you tick off like some of the neighborhood I could see teenagers getting back there and roughhousing and pulling the plant out,
sure,
and then somebody gets shoved into the house and they freak out and run.
That's a possibility. Because there are teenagers in the area, but the teenagers around here are pretty tame.
Like, what's the point of breaking into some random person's backyard to rip out their tomato?
Well, again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think even for a kid to pull a prank, I think they'd be a little more creative than that. And how would they know that my garden was back there anyway?
Yeah.
You can't see the garden from the street. You got to physically go in my yard.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to inspect your tomato plant tomorrow to see if you've got bite marks in it or something else where an animal could have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look a little bit harder, or
Yeah,
maybe tonight,
Got real
or
creative.
maybe tonight.
Yeah, maybe tonight, I'll go out there after the show and check it out because I'm gonna probably take off the tomatoes
Yeah.
either tonight or tomorrow and look at them.
I wouldn't wait till the morning in case something does decide that they look really good.
Oh,
Right.
good idea. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, that's pretty
I'm sorry that
bizarre.
happened.
That is
Yeah.
bizarre.
And the thing about it is, that's like I was telling you, this actually I had a crappy year at my gardening, and this was the one plant that it was my pride and joy, but now it's dead.
Now
So it's gonna die.
the only plant you had.
No, I have two other good tomato plants, which is
Oh.
funny. I plant them. There was one there, then I got two in pots. I got another one somewhere else. So I got like four. They're all doing well, but this was like, it was beautiful. The shape was just so.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, you
Of
can't
course.
drop. You can't.
I know that frustration. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because nothing else has grown for me. Oh, my cucumbers are finally coming in.
Oh well, see,
I got
there
one
you go.
cucumber,
Huh?
and it's yellow for some reason.
Yeah,
Never turned green. Went straight to yellow.
yeah, exactly.
Just hanging there mocking me.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
It's
that's
yellowness. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have I got a handful of Roma tomatoes,
Mm.
and my jalapeno plants. I swear you can't kill those things. They're
Oh.
they are the only thing producing.
They
I
might be
have,
needed for sure.
Well,
if you break down the cost of the soil to put in that stupid raised garden bed, like each of those vegetables probably costs like $30.
yeah.
For a
Well,
$30 jalapeno.
it's. I believe you. I'm gonna have to break down and redo everything next year. And it's funny you mentioned jalapenos. Without fail, my jalapenos and my banana peppers, they grow like weeds. I grow so many that I give them away, bushels.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't have a single banana pepper or a jalapeno, not even flowered yet.
Really?
And they're only about a foot tall.
Well, your summer just started like last month, didn't it?
Well, technically the hot weather started end of June.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been hot. I know in Texas and in here since May.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you guys have been hot in Missouri. It's always hot in Texas. And for me, it gets very, very hot in June. But you know what they just said? I was just reading on the news. I just happened to be watching the local news. I think a lot of my plants were drowned out because it rained every day. We've got a foot. We gained a foot more rain than we've ever gotten in 1 month.
Wow. That's a lot of water.
So that's the roots, and you can tell the roots. A lot of the plants are all soggy.
Yeah, I've only had to mow, get them, the lawn mowed like 4 times this summer. 4.
Oh, that's great. I had to do mine like almost
lucky.
every. Yeah, mine needs with the rain. It's been growing like a sieve. Then with the sun, it just spurs on the growth. But the damn garden won't grow.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be pulling it end of the month. Screw it.
I don't know. You might have to give us a YouTube update on your tomato plant if you find something.
Yeah, I need to know.
No, I will definitely. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I'm definitely because. Yeah, of course. Right before a show, I'm like, "Oh my god, what's that noise?" I'm like, "Oh my god, we already started." I'm not nowhere to be found. But yeah, it kind of sucks.
We could tell you were upset walking into the room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope I wasn't too bad. Then I looked at the clock. I said, "Oh shit, it's like 11:01." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we were already supposed to start." But anyway, it is what it is. And I just happened to mention my neighbor. My neighbor, remember he showed me the cool dogman pictures?
Yeah.
And with his girlfriend from Mexico. Oh my gosh! I told you guys that however long it was ago. Do you know that 2 days later I went over there to kind of pry a little bit more? Oh my god! His girlfriend got deported.
Oh no.
And he needs her for his health, so he had to move back to Mexico. So his house has been sitting next door to me, unmaintained. Yeah.
How did they get her? I'm just curious, like, did she self-report or did they jump her outside the grocery store? Because there's some crazy stories.
I don't know how they got her. All I know is they're gone. And that was the rumor, she got deported.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, usually somebody turns them in, usually.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I was kind of, I would have given my neighbor a piece of my mind because, as you guys know, I told you, he's pretty affluent. He's very smart, lots of money, speaks 5 languages. Why didn't she? And he arranged for her to meet the Pope.
Oh.
Yeah. And couldn't just make her get her naturalized citizen, for God's sakes.
Right. She met the Pope, but he can't figure out how to get her permanent visa.
Yeah. So that's, of course, political stuff there. But anyway, I felt bad. I haven't seen him. And I kind of miss him. And I kind of wanted to, pick their brain about this Dogman stuff, right?
Right.
Oh, well, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully he comes back in the fall. But he usually leaves in the fall for Mexico. But yeah, I guess she's a good gal. Helps him out, and he wouldn't make it by himself. So whatever. So that's where they're at. And so this is where I'm at. And so. Thanks to everybody for coming on in. Val, Lisa J, Marma. Hey, Marma. Joanne. Hey, Joanne Hartnett. Good to see you. Amy Creel, Randy, Mickey, Susan. Boy, a bunch of you loading up. Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
If I miss you, this is too many of you, right? Charlie, Hudson, Deborah,
Hoppin'.
Amy. Yeah, our Amy. She was my first mate in the chat room. So anyways, so that was my end of my day, right before the show, which I'm kind of settling in. It hasn't hit me fully now since we're doing this. Jojo. So that's very disappointing, needless to say. So we can we'll get this party started already. 18 minutes into it. So let's see. We're gonna do a little bizarre news to get it started, I guess. I've got some bizarre news, and I've also got, which I did not have a chance to do, a really cool ghost story. And you guys know me, I typically like to try to do it from memory, but I'm gonna have to read this one because I just had no time today. So, but you're gonna find it very interesting. But this bizarre news is pretty cool. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the picture of this first thing that we're gonna talk about. Which is this. Yeah. You guys know what that is?
AI goggles.
Virtual reality, as they say. So yeah, let's do this. So this is pretty interesting. Now, this is interesting, you guys, but it's not really bizarre, but I thought it was kind of cool in a way. It's kind of something we can all maybe, makes you go, When it comes to protecting your body from disease causing invaders, seeing is believing. According to a new study published, it says today, but this was on July 25th, published today in Nature Neuroscience, just looking at a sick person can cause our bodies to preemptively prepare to fight an infection. To predict and protect against pathogens and human body relies on bottom-up defenses or mechanisms marauding white blood cells, taking out pathogens. For instance, they call this the top-down theory, signaling from the brain that revs up the body's immune system. However, researchers have puzzled over how and when the brain incorporates this response after perceiving a threat. To study this phenomenon, researchers fitted 248 healthy participants with virtual reality headsets and asked them to watch a series of looming virtual faces approached them, some of which had visible signs of illness, such as coughing or rashes or otherwise. The participants who saw sick faces had a greater activation of innate lymphoid cells, the first responders of the immune system, in their blood, and within 2 hours, their system kicked in to fight what they looked at, per the virtual reality, says the report. Researchers saw a similar rise in initial immune activity when they performed the same blood test on people 2 hours after receiving a vaccine. The team is now trying to replicate the results in more people while monitoring the behavior of other parts of the immune system. But even now, the initial results are really remarkable, says Michael Irwin, a psychoneurology immunist at the University of California, Berkeley. So that was just that, and I wanted to present that because I find that to be kind of cool in a way, you guys. I mean, how, and more so, maybe not so much the story or the article, but how our brain is really remarkable. How there are parts of our brain, you guys, that we haven't tapped. What do we use, Monica? You probably know the answer to this. 2% of our brain?
Oh, I thought it was like 5%.
Well,
10%, something like
plus
that.
or minus 3, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I read somewhere, and it's been a minute. I can't remember. It was somewhere online. I read that saying we only use 10% of our brains isn't accurate. Like, they don't know where that started, but it wasn't. I can't cite where I read that, so I just will say I heard that somewhere. But yeah, I do think that it's fascinating how our brain is constantly working in the background. Like, you're unaware of the things it's doing a lot of the time. And it doesn't surprise me that it would see somebody who's ill and begin to like form the cells necessary to protect itself or the whole body. That's just an evolutionary thing, I would imagine, like from, millions of years of watching other people die around you. It's just
Right.
It's fascinating that happens.
Well, and what piqued my interest is, what are doctors and nurses doing on a daily basis when they're seeing this? I mean, I rarely have any of my nurse friends call out sick. Rare, so I'm wondering if that is a true statistic, because they're always at work. They're going. There's really, they're the healthiest people I know, and maybe this is what's being triggered in the brain.
Exposed to so much, I imagine their immune systems are pretty hefty.
Yeah.
Also, all the nurses, RNs, nurses that I know, unless you have a limb actively falling off of your body, or
Right.
you're laying unconscious bleeding from somewhere, they will tell you to like walk it off.
Yeah, if you know your name, you're going to work.
So they're not staying home.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
For any, people should stay home if you've got the cold or the flu. Just to stop, transmission. But
right.
by and large, they're like, rub some dirt in it.
Yeah.
Right. Spit on it. It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. And to both your points, and Brandi, about your nurse friends that never seem to miss work or ever sick. If I look back, I know a couple nurse friends, and they're always working. I never knew them to call off. And I think too, I think being around, illness, I think our body just builds up that system inside us, right?
Yeah.
And maybe, like Brandi, you're saying too, according to this article, just the body just recognizes it when you're looking at somebody. It knows what a sick person might look like. We don't know that, because you could look at a perfectly healthy looking person that could be just god awful on their way out, right?
Right.
And somehow our brain
picks up on subtle cues.
Picks up on that.
Yeah.
And then, how does this relate to the paranormal or like cryptids? I always got me to thinking that, how some people see things. Now, we always talk about vibration, frequency, all that stuff. I get it.
Mhm.
But you also think, though, that some of our brains can pick up on these things more easily, inadvertently, without even.
Yeah, I think that there's, you get the hair standing up on the back of your neck, or you get the feeling that somebody's watching you. That's all, like, I think, like a sixth sense. That's just from, again, evolution, protecting yourself. We're afraid of the dark for a reason, by and large, and all of that is just passed down from, again, generation after generation after generation of watching people get picked off in the dark, or something along those lines. Like, your body just can tell. And I think that that's fascinating, because, like, what gives you, what is it that makes you think somebody's watching you? What is it that makes the hair on your body stand up for no reason, no apparent reason to you? Like, you freak out, and then, or you get cautious for no reason.
Yes.
There's a snake in a tree next to you, or, you're justified in it eventually. But it's so interesting, and you're right. I mean, that's probably not what the article was, probably not dissimilar to something like this happening, like when we're in the field or just encountering.
Oh yeah, for me being a seasoned ghost investigator for many decades, there are times in the dark that I get that nervous fear thing going, because I do feel that somebody is in the room with me. In other times, I'll be perfectly fine. I could stand there. I could go to sleep in a corner if you'd let me, most of the time. But there are times where you do get this feeling like you're just being watched. I don't know what it is. It's your brain telling you, hey, I'm sensing something. I think we don't take that into consideration. It's our body going, hey, we are not alone here. You better pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we always talked about. Monica, you just brushed on it. We all have that experience in a store or whatever. Someone's watching you.
Yes.
I think somebody's looking at me or staring you down, and 9 times out of 10 they are.
Yeah, even somebody like in a restaurant staring at you from across the room.
Yeah.
And you can feel that.
Yeah.
Very strange.
That is strange. And the one time I remember, it's funny you brought up the restaurant thing, Brandi, because I remember this several years ago. I was at a restaurant and like way over, like maybe several tables over, maybe 30 feet. I'm looking at this couple, and I found them to be just kind of odd. So I was locked in. I was staring at them. And I don't stare down people, but for whatever reason, I could not keep my eyes off their activity. And then they both kind of simultaneously both looked at me. They popped their heads around really quick. And we all locked eyes. And I was like, oh, geez. Got all embarrassed. Like, oh, they busted me totally. Then I look back, and they're still kind of looking at me, and then they're talking back and forth. And I go like this. Don't mind me.
I'm not weird.
Yeah,
it's
no,
okay.
I'm not weird. Yeah, I'm waving to you now. I'm like, oh God, like a complete.
Have you ever done that though? Like when you're staring at somebody, but you're not staring at them. You're thinking about what you had for lunch yesterday.
Out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, looking at. You're like, no, wait, no, sorry, I wasn't. No, I know I was looking at you, but I wasn't looking at you.
I really wasn't looking at you. I was looking over you to the person in back of you.
You can usually tell if somebody's checked out while they've got that glazed look.
Oh God, the glazed look. Yes.
It's like the one I get at work sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to stop and let your mind take a vacation for a minute.
Right.
Or if you don't want to answer somebody, you just give them that look like, wait, What?
Well, if they keep rambling on when I'm given all the cues of shut up, I want to walk away. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're walking and they're still talking.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And you're
God.
looking at them and you're like, okay.
Oh
That's really
yes. I'm walking. My buddy, I always do that too. I'll be in his yard and I'll get up. He's rambling about a story that he told me 1,000 times since 1986.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to the bathroom or whatever. And it's a great distance, you know. I get up, I'm walking, and he's still talking. But
Yeah.
listen about this friend of mine. I will open the door, go in his house, go in the kitchen, you know, wait for him to shut up. And I will come back outside. And he's still talking. He's still continuing on with the story, and I'm not even there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the long goodbye.
Oh,
yeah, it's the long goodbye. I hate those too. You know, I don't like a long goodbye. You know, it's kind of like, okay, bye-bye. And you're on the phone with somebody. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh, okay, I'll talk to you later. Oh, wait. And then you're like, I don't have time for this. You know, because when I'm talking to my children now and we're done with the phone call, it's a love you bye. That's how we say it. Love you bye. They're gone. I'm gone.
That's the
it's
cue
over.
to shut up or you're done. You're
So love you bye. Gotta go.
Love you bye. See you.
Yeah, it's kind of like it tells me everything I need to know. They love me and they're telling me goodbye. Yeah. That's fine.
If I'm good with that. Dude, I gotta go.
Yeah. That reminds me.
I gotta go.
I tell you what, and I love my sister-in-law to death. She just is a talker, and I love her. Don't get me wrong. And she's very entertaining, tells good stories, and every time she's like, okay, she'll look at her phone. Oh my gosh, it's 1:30. It's 1:30. I gotta be somewhere. So yeah, I gotta get going. 2:30. Oh my God, I should have left her. And she already said I gotta go. It's an hour later, she's still cackling.
Yep.
You know, there are a lot of people like that. I tried my buddy's so dumb too, even on the phone. He'll call me. And the first thing he says, these damn drivers on the road, they suck. He's a truck driver. Why do you call me every day at 2:00 and tell me this? I don't even answer my phone at 2 when he calls. I said, dude, you are an energy vampire because when I get off the phone with you, I am drained and you wrecked my entire day.
They're the alien entities that AI was warning me about because I'm.
You know, I have started saying stuff to people about that. I'm like, I love you, but you're wearing me out. And I do say that now.
Oh no, I've known this guy since 13. I quite tell him, he says, man, just shut up already. I don't want to hear you.
I gotta go. I got shit to do.
You know.
Well, that's the same thing. It's just a little bit more harsh.
Really quickly,
You forced me into that corner. You're getting harsh.
Okay, so I'm God's father to all three of his kids. And
my goodness.
Yeah. Well, it's cool though, but he will tell me about his son Jacob, who was a baseball player. And how many times I told him, how many times do you want to reminisce about when Jacob was 7, how you taught him how to throw a fastball? I've heard it 1,000,000 times. It's frankly not amusing. It's boring. His son says, Dad, he's right. You talk about that way too much. Who cares about when I was 7? I'm 25.
He's proud. You know what I tell people when they
tell
me that same story like 50 times for the 50? Would you like me to tell you that story? Because I can do that. How about if I tell you that story and we'll switch it up this time?
Yeah. Well, what I will do, because he does this with many stories throughout growing up together. When he starts on these stories, what I do is I jump right to the conclusion. And you remember what happened when so-and-so got hit by the car? How did you know? Well, first of all, I was there. And secondly, you've told me 1,000 times.
I was there. I have to hear the story.
Because I was there.
You know?
You not remember that?
I was with you. I was there.
Did you get therapy for that story? Because apparently the only person you remember being there was you.
Yes. But he's terrible. He's a very terrible communicator or listener, because I will bust out and tell him something and he just continues on with the stupidest stuff like I'm not talking. And his wife is like, would you just shut up already? Who cares?
Oh,
No, really, no, don't go. Oh, Monica, no, he deserves it because he's an idiot.
I'm not saying. Oh,
But I love him.
oh, yeah, yeah.
So, but anyways, I got some out there.
I've stopped
fun.
telling my husband to shut up. You want to sound stupid? Go for it.
Well, after a while, well, what happens is me and Sandy, his wife, I've known her since she was like 15. When he's talking to us about the same old, she and I will start our separate conversation between her and I while he's still talking to us. But he'll continue
That's
to
fine.
ramble on while she and I are conversing, and he'll still tell the story. Damn well knowing we're ignoring him. But he just keeps talking. That's how oblivious he is to the world around.
He was traumatized.
I don't know what he is.
I guess that's what you say. I mean, that's what you mean when you say you're living in your own world. That's
Now, you know
that's
what?
it.
I'm going to have to write that down. I'm writing it down because I'm going to tell him that. I never told him that one. You are living in your own world. There we go. Right here, written down. I don't
You'll have to wait for him to finish the story or it won't compute.
He's got to finish the whole thought, not half the thought, all of it.
He's like rewatching something on Instagram. You keep hitting replay. Same thing over and over again. But anyway. So anyway, we'll move on. Mystery as man dies on flight and then completely disappears. This took place, you guys, July 29th of 2025. So very, very current. Airline authorities have been left scratching their heads over exactly what happened to the 83-year-old man's remains. According to reports, the man, who has not been named, of course, suffered a severe medical emergency while on a Turkish Airlines flight from Istanbul to the United States on July 13th, 2025. Sadly, the 83-year-old died as a result, but it is what happened that would remain the most perplexing thing about the incident. The decision had been made not to cut the flight short, but to continue on to Chicago O'Hare Airport, which had suitable medical facilities to deal with the situation. When the plane landed, however, nobody could find the man's body anywhere. Turkish Airlines had claimed that upon landing, the body had been transferred to a different flight to be taken to San Francisco, but there was no documentation to confirm that such a transfer had ever happened, and the medical examiner's office in San Francisco never received the body either.
What?
Yeah.
That whole situation right there makes no sense.
Does this not scream haunting, Monica? This screams haunting
Screams
all
like,
over.
It screams organ harvesting.
So that too. It did,
And
yeah.
Two, it screams like incompetence on the airline. Like somebody dies and they don't immediately get rushed to the local, even if they're dead, like somewhere for immediate autopsy. Just stick them on a transfer flight. Put them on a connecting flight to San Francisco. That's San Francisco's problem.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
But I mean, it's not like they had him in like luggage. I mean,
Yeah,
it was the whole body.
Down in stowage, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, really.
It's a whole body. I mean,
yeah, and really quickly, Freaky always good with a quick quip. They lost the body like luggage. Yeah.
Yes. But
From inside the
luggage.
plane.
Inside the plane.
Yeah, it's a whole body they lost in the plane.
His organs are in other people currently.
Oh.
I promise you. Somebody saw an opportunity to make money.
Oh man.
I mean,
now it had been somebody on, of course, affiliated with the airlines.
Yeah.
If that's the case, obviously.
Yeah. One of the stewards, right? The stewardesses or stewards.
Well, can you imagine like being a family member waiting in luggage claim and
83, I mean.
And you're like, where's my dad? You
He
know,
got transferred to San Francisco to the ME there.
yeah, he's passed away, but he's gone that way.
You know,
Or whoopsie, we don't know where he. I mean, there were like 300 people on the plane, but I don't know.
Sorry.
Somebody carried him out with their golf clubs. I don't know.
yeah. I tell you what, Amy Creel in chat says there was an 80-year-old question mark. Then when she wrote that in there, it kind of spurred in my head. Yeah, I don't know about an 83-year-old organ transplant. I mean,
you can be healthy. I mean, I don't know, but to be honest,
I mean, it's got a lot of mileage on whatever organ,
it does whatever it is. That's fair.
you know. But
How could you lose a whole body, though? How could you lose a whole body?
Somebody took him somewhere for something.
Yeah, I mean, that is a definite problem in communication.
They didn't accidentally grab the wrong cadaver on the way off the plane. Like, sorry, wrong, like wrong carry-on or whatever. No.
I don't know. I mean, it could be a black market thing. I mean,
I think it's got to be for some, but I don't know. If it's not for organs, I don't know.
It could be for science. Like they could sell bodies, to
people donate their bodies pretty readily, and the homeless, I think, get.
Well, there is a black market
I mean,
for limbs as well, not just organs.
Yeah, but do you want some liver spotted hand?
No.
I mean, maybe he had great hair, and they were gonna use it for transplants. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, again,
research.
Yeah.
He's being subjected to. I don't know what.
I don't know. We're just speculating. We're just throwing out stuff.
Yeah, no.
We are totally in awe about losing a body, y'all. We're just trying to put something to it to make sense.
This does remind me of. Did you guys ever see that movie? Oh my God, Monica! I have a movie that you probably haven't seen that I've seen.
Oh. Maybe.
I forgot the name of it already. It was about. No, it was about an airplane though that everybody passed out and half the plane vanished and they're in the air.
Yeah.
That was the movie. Stephen King, I think.
Yes.
You're talking about the Langoliers?
Yes.
Yeah,
those little things were chopping away at the earth.
Yeah.
The Langoliers. Yes. Great book. Okay, movie.
Yeah. You saw it? Okay, I figured.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta watch those.
Yeah. It's awesome CGI, the Langoliers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like some pretty awesome, 90s, 80s, 90s CGI.
Yeah, because as this thing was eaten away at time as we know it, I mean, it was taken away from your senses. Like things you couldn't smell anything, and then food was tasteless, and things were just losing color, and it was.
Well, that's why they were eating it, because you're not in the current moment. Everything's vibrant in the moment.
Yeah, everything's gone. It's just
not there.
It's the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we saw the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that everything I've seen, you guys have seen. It's just the other way around. I've seen nothing you guys have seen. So.
Well, you've got a whole awesome list of movies to check up on a day.
Well, I'm going to need a list because you know me. Anyway.
Because he ain't writing it himself, folks.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that was interesting. A disappearing body on an airplane.
I don't know. I can't make it make sense. I can't
lose a body.
That's what I said. I can't make it make sense.
Are you sure he was dead? Did he get off with everyone else?
I'm thinking maybe they just got rid of him and ejected him from the plane.
Well, the depressurization, would they stuff him in the toilet and flush?
Yeah.
That's the only way without depressurizing the plane.
Maybe they chopped him up in the back and he served it for mid-flight.
They propped him up in the bathroom and forgot about him. And then the plane took off.
Playing Weekend at Bernie's with somebody in Chicago.
Yeah. In Chicago. Or maybe they hung him. Maybe they took him by the scruff of the neck and hung him on one of the doors and shut it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's a corpse is hanging there.
Where did they
Yeah.
stow his body?
Yeah, you can't really put him anywhere. You're not gonna put him up front with the captain.
Like I said, where are they going to? The only place they can put it is leave the body where it is.
Like put him in the back galley and close the curtain.
Yeah, put him in first class.
Just
maybe we should ask a flight attendant one of these times, if somebody were to pass away on the plane, what would you do with the body? That's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
No, it's a news item.
And since you guys are going to be taking some flights soon, you guys ask.
Oh, my daughter was just accepted to be a flight attendant for Southwest Airlines.
Oh,
so I'll ask her.
Yeah,
after she goes through training.
When she goes through the training, and then seriously, just ask them what they do. Just say, really, we had a story about a man who passed away, and they couldn't find his body when they landed. So I would ask them what they would do in that type of situation.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have that fresh on my mind because I'll be flying to, our conference.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm going Southwest, by the way.
Before then, I think I can get Lauren to answer that for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to write that down so I'll remember to tell you guys to ask your flight attendant.
I'll ask Lauren because they've got to go through it in training.
They've got
train
to.
For it.
Right? It happens. We know.
Yeah. And it's actually a supposed news thing because I pulled it off of a news publication. So very odd. Very, very odd. Phil Funk's been a member for 2 months. 2 months. Matey. And also, Quack became a new member. Quack became a new member at the 1300-hour mark of today.
Nice.
So that was noon, right? Military time. Yeah, very cool.
That's like is it?
1 o'clock, I think.
1 o'clock, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it gives us military time on this. Learn something new every day.
It doesn't bother me either way. I'm so used
I can
to
read
either
it. Well,
or.
you were in the military, anyways.
I worked for the military.
Well, yeah.
Same difference. I ran on their time clock. Yes.
Did you ever sport fatigues then? Or no?
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Always civvies. Always
civvies. Skivvies. Okay.
Civvies, skivvies.
So that was that. What I thought that was bizarre. Here's another. This would be up Jason McLean's alley. Yeah. And, Donnie's probably. I saw Donnie lurking too, but
Donnie lurks.
Theorists claim demons are responsible for UFO sightings. Yeah. July 13th, 2024, date of the publication. Are UFOs spiritual in nature? Bart Seabrill was famously punched in the face by astronaut Buzz Aldrin after heckling him over the moon landings. Which, again, you guys, every time we talk about the moon, I'd like to do a show on the moon. Did we land? What's on the dark side of the moon? Regardless, I digress. There seems to have been a rise in people assigning religious significance to the UFO phenomenon in recent years. While some have come to see these objects as angelic in nature, others, such as theorist Bart Seabrill, believe the complete opposite. Speaking recently on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Seabrill suggested that demonic entities are piloting UFOs and that they have been deliberately masquerading as extraterrestrial visitors as part of some malevolent and mysterious plan to, we touched on this, Monica, dominate mankind. I think on brunch we talked about the New World Order.
Yep.
The top 2 UFO researchers said UFOs are real. Number 1. He said number 2, they are not from outer space. And number 3, they are not. They are demonic. The Bible, of course, goes into now, talks about the fallen angels interbreeding with humans, as talked about in Genesis chapter 6, and creating the race called the Nephilim, who were men of renown, world leaders. Sibrel is certainly no stranger to controversy, again, having previously made headlines after being punched in the face by Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin in 2002. Then they go on to talk about that the bust up happened when he openly harassed Aldrin outside the Lux Hotel in Beverly Hills on the authenticity of the moon landing, and even called Buzz a thief, liar, and coward to his face.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had it coming.
Aldrin laid him out, claiming self-defense. Whatever.
He was being verbally assaulted.
Verbally
So he
assaulted.
physically assaulted him.
However, no charges were filed against Buzz. But anyway, that's the second part of that story. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this topic comes up once in a while. I don't buy that whole aliens or demons, if you even believe in that, or UFOs. I think it's something from another world. And of course, we have our own UAPs. See, even that UFO and UAP thing, I think a UAP is ours, right? And the UFO is the flying saucer, like I saw one many years ago. So what do you guys think? You guys think they're demonic?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've heard a lot of people say that they're not necessarily from outer space, that they're interdimensional as opposed to interstellar. Okay. So I could buy that before I would buy they were demonic.
I don't think they're demons from hell.
Yeah, no, I think we're dealing with two different entities here.
Yeah.
I don't think they're one and the same.
I think if you're encountering something that is demonic and is passing itself off as an alien presence or is having you visualize things, that is not a UFO or, ET or aliens or whatever you want to call them. That's
right.
Posing as that.
Right.
Mimicking it.
Right. Well, they say the demonic will basically morph itself into anything that you most would like to see or are not afraid of or whatever. So, I mean, alien would not be my first choice.
No. But there's some people that are really into it.
Yeah, they're that the thing they want to do most is to meet an alien or to see an alien.
I don't want to meet an alien. I don't want to meet whatever has the ability to either travel through space or hop dimension. I don't want to meet it.
No, thank you.
I don't think so. I tell you what, you guys, we've all heard things and experienced different things. And for me to wake up in the middle of the night with some ET at the edge of my bed staring down at me has got to be probably one of the most terrifying things I can imagine.
Sure.
Right?
Anybody or thing standing at the end of your bed when you wake up staring at you.
Anybody, including, a human being. I don't know. I think I'd rather see a human being. I'd rather, even though I'd be terrified to see some other dude break into my house at the edge of my bed, that'd be terrifying.
Sitting at the end of your bed smiling at you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've had one of my children come into my room and wake me up standing at the end of my bed, and that scares me to death.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Throw something at me from across the room if you gotta wake me up.
And of course, Donnie Cho. Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you, Donnie.
He only wants to meet a sexy alien, of course.
He wants to meet the green chick from Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean, I could see Donnie. And yeah,
playing Rico Suave with the ladies on other planets or, other dimensions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Ross is like, no, just okay. No.
But yes, and yes. Thanks, Donnie. You're awesome. Donnie Show says stuff out on YouTube. Saturdays at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time.
It's never a dull moment.
No,
it's not. It's Donnie Cho. R-rated for sure.
Oh yeah. don't have the kitties watching.
Yeah. Green chicks need love too. Damn it, per Donnie Show. Okay. Thanks, Don. But yeah, I think this whole thing is, and Brandi, you brought up a good point about the demonic, and we talk about this. All of us have talked about this so many different times.
Yeah.
Posing as something. If you want to see Bigfoot, and you're in an area that is, has demon spirits floating about, they will trick you into that a lot of times.
Any way possible. Yeah.
Anything to get you, for whatever reasoning they have behind it, I don't really know, but we'll never know.
We will.
Well, never say never. Oh, we
Never
just
say
talked about.
never.
Yeah, we just talked about that too. About are we afraid to die type thing? Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be about the time that I'm haunting all of you.
yeah. Well,
and I'll be like, I know something you don't know.
Well, I am going to come back. I have decided, if I can, I'm going to try to manifest this. Come back as a prankster ghost when I come back. I'll be a nice ghost.
Nice, but pranky.
Yeah.
He's a fun ghost.
He's going to be the fun one,
Yeah. You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up. But it's still always a little spooky, even if you have a fun ghost floating around your house. That's still kind of weird.
Well, I mean, it might be fun for you as the ghost, the people experiencing it.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit.
Yeah. I would do fun stuff like take all the toilet paper out of the house or put it in the, just hide it.
Hide it. Just hide it. That's all you have to do is hide it. Just
or
place it 20 feet away from the commode. You know what I'm saying? So once you realize it's over there, you're gonna have to get up, go get it. And then next time, place it somewhere else 20 feet from the commode.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's those irritating things.
No, that's so annoying. Yeah. So speaking of ghosts, kind of a nice segue. I didn't memorize this story, so I'm going to read it, and I think it's pretty interesting. I don't do too many stories on this. Sometimes I do, I guess. I don't remember. We do so many things, right? We always ramble about everything. So I'm going to do this. That was I do have one other bizarre news toward the very end, which is kind of I always like to end it with something kind of stupidly funny. But this is something a little more serious, I guess, or however you want to take it, I guess. So this is a ghost story, and it says here, "The voice of something not human." The title of this, and this was from J. Webb on out of this Haunted Los Angeles magazine. Baldwin Hills, Los Angeles. Storyteller is Bradley. He goes on to say, "We used to visit my grandparents in Los Angeles for Christmas growing up. The top floor bedroom of their LA home still housed the beds of my great grandpa and grandma. My parents would stay in these beds when we would have the visit for Christmas. The bed that was my great grandfather's had the stain from the wax he would wear in his hair still on the fabric cushion of the headboard." Kind of odd, Monica. I see. That's pretty gross,
dude.
Is that gross? Reading that aloud like that is more insidious than when I just browsed over it earlier.
He's just keeping it for posterity.
Yeah, I guess. God, that's creepy in its own right.
It is.
In his bed, no one could sleep. In his bed, no one could sleep in without the feeling like somebody was standing over you, watching you. I was home alone taking a shower in the upstairs bathroom and smelled old pipe tobacco that was not there. One of us has smelt that before. Might have been Krista or maybe Brandi. Mm-hmm. My grandfather used to take a Polaroid picture of the table set for Christmas dinner while listening to Frank Sinatra. One time there was a large white mist floating above the table in the picture when it was developed. I used to wake up early in the morning and eat various leftovers while I would watch cartoons on Saturday morning. One morning, shortly before Christmas, I tiptoed up the wooden stairs from my room on the main level of the house to ask my father if I could eat something out of the fridge. I remember it being very dark in my parents' room, and I did not see my father in his bed as I peered through the banister. I walked down to the main level of the house and toward the kitchen past the front door. Just before the kitchen and to the right of the study was the door for the long white hallway that led down to the lower level of the house that contained the laundry room, downstairs apartment, and the door to the outer pool. I opened the door facing the long hallway. I mustered up the courage in my 10-year-old self to squeak out in a high-pitched voice asking, "Dad, are you down there?" I instantly knew I was not alone. I felt an electric tingling chill and was filled with the sense that I should not have asked that question and that I should escape as quickly as possible. What I heard back gives me goosebumps to this day. I heard a terrible hissing and powerful voice, which I could hear with both my ears, but also felt as if it was reverberating throughout my mind and my very soul. The voice said, "No, scary." And he goes on to say, "Scared is not the beginning of it. It felt primal, a conscious altering, a sheer terror would be more accurate," he goes on to say. Slamming the door, I ran to my room, and then slamming the door, I ran to my room. I then slammed that door. I dove underneath the false safety of my covers. I waited there for hours, wide awake, until my father entered the room. Confused to why I was not out already, awake, watching Transformers or G.I. Joe or whatever cartoon. I told him what had happened, and he talked following him downstairs so that I could see that he could prove that no one was in the closet or space who could have possibly done such a thing. No one was there. This pointless act was equally as terrifying as I was in no doubt about what had just occurred. Of course, we did not find anything, so I was left confused and terrified with only questions, the feeling of dread, and the certainty that we were not actually alone when we thought we were there. Then he goes on to say, in conclusion, years later, when I was about 17, my father admitted that when he was down there playing as a kid, he'd hear voices, but he couldn't understand what they were saying. And he would hear people walking around and up and down the stairs that weren't there. I know what you're thinking as this kid writes, or this dude now. Someone was waiting downstairs in the closet all night to scare me. My dad told me, yeah, back when you were younger, I did believe you, but I now want to scare you any further because our house, I do believe to be haunted. Kind of interesting. A lot of elements, we've heard about the pipes, who was that? Was that you, Brandi, or Krista? Smell of a pipe from a grandfather back in the day or somebody, or I remember that.
We come across that quite often in different locations, especially the older the location. We do get sometimes cigarette smoke, cigar smoke, pipe smoke. There was one time I got a very distinct cherry tobacco smell at one point. So I guess that recently I have to explain myself. Recently, I've noticed that smells have become part of what I'm doing when I'm going somewhere or something. That's what's leading me to know that sometimes a spirit is there. Smells are now coming to me. Some people can't smell anything. I can smell perfumes. I can smell, like the tobacco. There was one time I smelled like an old cabin type smell, and I was nowhere near a cabin. And if you've ever been in a cabin that has been built and it's been up for quite a while, it does have a distinct smell. It's not bad. It's just, it just has a distinct wood, an older wood smell. And and with this story, I have to just kind of switch gears a little bit.
Talk about the story. Yeah, I just go.
Yeah, but should he have not kind of broke his child into the fact that place is haunted a little bit?
I think perhaps.
Yeah, my mom kind of did that with me. Nothing scary. It's like I would tell her something happened and I would I saw this shadow thing and da da da. And she was like, well, sometimes that happens. That's how she would explain stuff to me in the very beginning. So I wasn't worried about it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's normal. Why didn't he tell his child, hey, well, you might hear voices or something like that. Don't be scared of it, whatever he wanted to say. No,
you're right. I agree with you.
Especially when he experienced it himself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'm a different kind of parent.
Well, no,
Monica, I know, is a different kind of parent. We explain these things. We don't just shuffle it or just don't say anything about it.
We tell you straight up what's happening. Yeah.
And
I don't discredit anything. Yeah. Just like Brandi, we'll talk about it. I'll talk you through it. And if I think there's something there, first I try to really instill in my kids that there is nothing. I will allow nothing in this house. There's no energy in this house that is going to hurt you. I promise you. Whatever comes into this house with bad intentions needs to be more afraid of me than you are of it.
Exactly.
So, but if they say they hear something, I tell them, don't not tell me, because I'll believe you. I'm not going to tell you didn't hear something, and we'll figure out what it could have been. We'll try to figure, proper, everyday mundane possible explanations, and then we'll
try to debunk it first.
Yeah, deeper after that.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, I'm with you too on that. I would, as a parent, if I knew that my house was haunted, I think I'd have to break my kids into it. I mean, in my own way, of course. I don't know how I'd go about doing it. I certainly wouldn't blow them off like that guy did.
Yeah.
But most do. Most people don't believe what we believe, at least to the depth that we do.
Well, they don't.
Because they don't want to admit that they do.
And they don't because, well, number one, my house that I lived in when my parents was never haunted. But you guys, I've told you this before, when I would always have the dreams I saw ghosts in my bedroom. And things like that. And then I was convinced otherwise, because it kind of did look like a cartoon type of ghost in a way. But my parents would just say that I was just dreaming. And so I kind of believed them after enough times, right? And then until I got older, when I would see these things, the same ones as I got older, when I got married, right? And then I had totally forgotten about my childhood.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, how in hell could I be seen as wide awake when I know I was wide awake as a kid, because I seen it wide awake as a 28-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Same thing, right? So now, and I know I ain't dreaming. It's not my imagination. So, and again, we always talk about this, parents think they're protecting their kids, but at the same time, they're hindering them too. And to an extent.
Yes.
You don't want your kid being the goofball in school, though, that runs around talking about my mom and dad believe in ghosts, and our house is haunted
My
either.
kids already experienced that crap.
I
feel sorry. Had a whole article in a local newspaper written about Chris and I.
Oh.
My older children got the full brunt of that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's true. My son and, actually, all three of my children have had experiences to some extent. It's just they kind of blocked it off. Except for my youngest one, she's mini me, so we'll just not talk about her. That's mini me. But the older two, they just kind of dismissed it, and it's fine, it's okay, whatever. But my son, just recently in the last about 3 or 4 months, has now started seeing things in this new place he's living since he's gotten back from Japan.
Oh.
Oh.
So he calls me, Mom. And then he starts telling me what's going on, that he's hearing the footsteps and he's seeing the shadow and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of laughed at him and I said, what do you think about your mom now? I said, guess who you're calling? Your mom about these things, because you just didn't really believe them. You know, it was almost like you humored me. And I said, now you're seeing this. And I said, welcome to my world, son. Glad to have you here. So, but I think that he had to have his real own experience to understand that everything that I have been going through for years. He had to have that. And now it's kind of like it's a new bonding moment with your children. And I think regardless of how old they are, you can have that moment where you're like, I understand and I believe you. You can have that moment with your children. You don't have to dismiss it or try to hide it from them, because if say that third eye is open, their light bulb's on, everybody, they're going to see these things. They're going, they're going to hear them.
Yeah.
So you can't just turn it off for them, but you can, ease them into all the weirdness.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't say you're dreaming or you weren't. No, it's your imagination, because that's the last thing you want to hear as a kid.
Right.
You're making stuff up. That
Right.
was a bad one. Now, my parents were cool. They never really said that. But we all get what I'm saying is, oh, you're making that up. That didn't happen. Even as an adult with my Bigfoot encounter, I got my asshole best buddy. You didn't see a Bigfoot turn into a demon. No, I didn't. You were there with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That is so annoying. I gave up trying to convince people Bigfoot, by the way. I just tell the stories and move on.
That's right. Because we're not here to make you believe. We're just here to tell you what we saw. That's
Just
it.
reporting the facts. Just
That's
telling
it.
you what
That's
I
facts.
saw.
And I don't care if you believe or not.
100.
Just watch the show, hit that like button, and just, hey, keep supporting the show. It's awesome. A lot of people believe, a lot of people don't. But most people that watch us, I think, believe in some of the paranormal.
Yeah,
I think
I think
most
mostly.
people.
Most.
Well, and I think that most people that watch us have had an experience.
Yes. Hey, everybody in the chat room, leave a number 1 if you believe, and number 2 if you've seen something. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Or a number 3 if you think we're all insane.
Yeah, insane. Yeah. I think number 3 will pop up the most.
But I mean, that's really what I think, though. I think people are looking to find people like us who have had these experiences, so they feel like they fit in somewhere, that it is okay. There's a lot of us out there.
Yeah. Look at all
And
these.
it is okay.
JoJo thinks we're crazy.
Thanks, JoJo.
There's
Love
a
you
lot
too.
of cool response. Okay, number 2, Susan seen something. Mark Z Hammer's seen something. Head Trip seen something. Jackie Hall seen something. Truth Believes. Jason Finch says he's seen something. Boondock Mojo, tons of 2s. So yeah, you got problems.
Seen a lot of
Amy
things.
Creel seen something. So yeah, everybody. And the number 12, I don't know what number 12 is. Andrew, of course.
I think that's
1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2. So yeah, everybody in the chat room has seen something or believes or thinks we're crazy, which pretty much are all related. So
It's all the same.
Yeah, we're crazy in a fun way.
Of course, Donnie Cho's never seen anything.
Our shenanigans are lighthearted and fun.
Yeah. So
I think he's a fibber.
I think Donnie's,
I think he's a fibber.
Donnie sees things.
He does. He doesn't want to admit it.
Mm-hmm. But well, this was supposed to be a funny one. I don't think this is funny. So we're gonna move on from that, you guys. And this is kind of interesting. Okay, this is kind of cool, I guess.
Funny.
That's not funny at all, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh.
It was meant to be funny, but it's not.
Yeah, I screwed up. I didn't put a funny one in today. Pope Leo declares Rhode Island's baby revival to be a miracle.
What?
Pope Leo declares Rhode Island an infant, revival to be a miracle. July 26th, Monica. Recent news.
Okay.
The case of a baby who began breathing after having no pulse for 65 minutes has been declared officially miraculous. According to reports, the incident itself occurred all the way back in June of 2007, when a baby referred to as Little Taekwon was born premature and critically ill at the Memorial Hospital in Pawtucket. The attending physician, Dr. Juan Sanchez Esteban, had described in a later interview how the child had been born through induced labor and then cesarean section due to a low fetal heart rate.
Mhm.
The medical team worked tirelessly to revive him, but after 65 minutes of seeing no sign of breathing or a pulse, they eventually reached the conclusion that he could not be saved. Dr. Sanchez Esteban at that moment called upon the 19th century priest, Father Salvador Valera Para, to save the infant after remembering a prayer to him that he had learned as a child. When he then went to inform the child's parents of the terrible news, a nurse came rushing in to inform him that the infant had in fact started breathing on his own without further medical intervention. It was believed that his ordeal would have led to further complications down the line, but incredibly, the child went on to develop normally and has since led a healthy, active life. Now, Pope Leo has moved to recognize Father Salvador Valera Para as being responsible for saving the child. This alleged miracle has also advanced Father Para's likelihood of becoming a saint. He must have 2 miracles attributed to him for this to happen. Whether divine intervention had anything to do with this, the child's recovery, however, remains a matter of debate, but very fortunate for the young child. So, of course, that wasn't funny. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, I was confused at the beginning, and then I'm like, oh, as the story went on, I'm like, oh, because the Pope has to declare something a miracle.
Yeah.
I got it now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, don't know if it's a miracle.
I don't know, because if they were done working on the child and trying to revive the child, if they were just done, and then, he walks in and says this prayer, and then he walks out to go talk to the family, and this child starts breathing again, it would lead me to believe that it was a miracle.
Okay.
I mean, if they stop doing all of the medical scientific stuff, that would lead me to believe that.
I think if the child would have been declared gone, perhaps.
And they may have done that. That's why he came in and said the prayer and went to go tell the family. Because they normally, as from what I've seen, they don't bring in the priest until the very end when it's almost over.
Supposed to be before it's over, right?
Yeah.
To be read last rites before you.
Yeah. But according to what Rob had said, this child never took a breath to begin with.
65 minutes.
65 minutes.
So I guess we could safely say that maybe, without saying in the article that it was because it's a baby, they didn't want to say, it was blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, 65 minutes, you would definitely think of.
It seems like you're brain dead.
Resuscitation. Yeah. Well, they would have forced air in, right? So there would be air coming in. They have little now.
Yeah.
They would have forced air into the baby's body. And they would have, I'm guessing, they would have done little, like, compressions I
Do you
don't
think
know what
that-
else they could have administered drugs like to try to stimulate the heart to be,
And it took a while. Yeah.
and it could be delayed reaction. So
And
I'm
they may have left the
hesitant.
umbilical cord intact. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super hesitant to. I mean, it's certainly miraculous to the baby, and especially the baby's family.
Well,
I mean,
you know, and another thing is I was just thinking about this, they had to administer a medication to the mother to do, you know, the cesarean. Plus they gave her medication for, you know, to induce her, and all of these medications were going into the body, which again was pumping into the child. So
Mhm.
maybe the child was a little lethargic and not registering when they were trying to get the fetal heartbeat or anything like that, or after it was born, the baby heartbeat.
And there have been instances where
Yeah.
grown people were called dead, but
Yes.
they weren't. You know,
Right.
they come to on the autopsy table, or while they're laying there with the tubes. You know, after everybody stops, it's delayed response.
It's a delayed reaction to all of the stuff that had already been done. Yeah, there's always that too. But
You know, when
Like I
it comes
said, it's a miracle to that family for sure.
yes,
that is, I would never, that's fabulous, a fabulous, great story for them, a miracle. I don't even know that I believe in miracles, though. They're so, I mean, maybe I do. What's a miracle you guys really believe in? Miracle of childbirth. Okay, I'll give you that.
okay, like a miracle to me would be somebody who is in a horrific car accident and there is no way that they should have lived and they come out virtually unscathed. To me, that's a miracle. Stuff like that. Things that you shouldn't have walked away from, but you did.
This, I can see that, Brandi. I don't know if I've heard anything like that ever happen. Did you guys know, Brandi, Monica, did you ever hear? Because I think I heard this somewhere, but I'm thinking maybe I was dreaming it. Was there, I don't know when this would have been either. Was there ever a plane wreck from a commercial liner that crashed and people survived that?
Oh, yeah.
I've never.
So there was this one plane wreck in, I want to say, the Amazon.
Mhm.
Everybody died except one girl.
Yeah,
And
one little
she
girl. I remember that story.
wandered through the jungle barefoot,
Oh no. Okay.
like out of the wreckage. And I want to say it was maybe a day, maybe 2 days. She eventually came upon these fishermen, like on a river, you know, and they figured out what happened to her and took her to space. Everybody on that plane died, but that one girl. And there was a wreck recently where everybody on the plane died except one person. That just happened recently.
I see.
It was a plane crash. Oh gosh, don't make me overseas, I think. And yeah, everybody on the plane died except one person. And I remember thinking, where was he sitting? So I want to sit there because the plane, I guess, like broke apart.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, Brandi?
Right.
This just happened like a month or two ago.
Right. Well, you know, and I had to look this up real quick because I knew that some had survived on this flight, but it's the famous flight of Eastern Airlines 401. Flight 401, it was like 100 passengers died, and I think maybe 70 or something like that survived. So I mean,
Okay. Yeah. And then there are instances, and when you said that, Rob, like it made me think. So there are instances of tornadoes hitting, like serious,
Yes.
like F4s, F5s, and
yes,
people aren't underground. They're huddled in their closets or their
Yeah.
bathrooms or whatever. And they claim that an angel protected them. And the
Mhm.
house will be destroyed
Oh,
except
yeah,
that one
okay.
area that
Mhm.
they're in.
Have
And
y'all seen
they
that?
claim to see angels.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that clip about the guy finding the baby out in the field? I mean, couldn't be more than a year old, maybe
It was
maybe 18 months. where it was taken from, ripped out of the parents' arms and flung out in a field, and a police officer just had to be driving by and saw this child out there and picked it up, and you can see him. It's all on the dash cam where he's picking the baby up and putting the baby on the hood of the car and trying to wipe the baby off. And as he's calling in, that's crazy. You know, that's a miracle to me. Because in all reality, with that baby being thrown as far and as high as that baby was thrown,
should be
that baby shouldn't be here.
Should not survive, sure.
Right.
I think I guess you consider, I guess that's a miracle. What I always thought was close to a miracle is the timing of events. You know, you could be, let's say you're at the bus station, or no, maybe you're just crossing the road, or you're driving your car and you get across the intersection, no problems. 3 seconds later, boom, Mack truck hits another car, kills everybody.
No. I have never seen something like that. Now, I've had accidents happen in front of me and behind me, but nothing to that extent.
Mm-hmm. Wrong place at the wrong time, perhaps, could be. You know, you just leave a liquor store and you're fine. You get in your car, and all of a sudden someone goes in and robs it and starts shooting up the place.
Yeah.
To me, timing is a lot to do with things. Just luck. More luck than a miracle, probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people think if it's your time, it's your time. It's going to come one way or another. And I don't like to think about it like that. You know, I would just like to go nice and easy. I like to go to sleep and just, drift off. That's what I want to do. I just want to drift off.
Just don't know if you're sleeping or what, because
right. I just want to hit that sleep.
Yeah.
Of
course, I talk with Monica. This rarely happens to me. We talked about a bunch of stuff on Thursday. I never get that. I like that sleep where you wake up. It's almost like you wouldn't even know if you passed on. You know what I mean? Those type of deep sleep, which I rarely get, if ever. But
well, I know people say, they were sleeping like the dead. Just saying.
Well,
they say
but
that.
Then again, how do you know when you're dead anyway?
Really?
Again, it's another topic.
It's when people don't answer you when you're talking to them.
Right. It's that. It's that.
That's what it is. We solved that mystery. It's been a great show, girls. Thanks for coming on, of course.
Thank you. I had a good time.
Thanks to everybody in the chat room for showing out. We almost had like 93 people, which is 93 people. That's pretty sweet for Saturday night. Quack is a new member, a new pirate. Quack. Phil Funk, 2-month member, and of course, Donnie Cho wants to meet a sexy alien. Thanks for your super chat.
Of course he does.
Donnie wants to meet anything that's female. I do.
Donnie's single, ladies.
Yes.
He's ready to mingle.
Donnie's single.
Contact any one of us. We'll set you up.
We'll make sure you get in touch with Donnie.
He will definitely be down there in Missouri the 19th and 20th. We have a conference coming up. Eventbrite. The link is in this show. It's on all of our channels, you guys. So check it out. But only buy your tickets from one of our sites.
The Eventbrite site.
The only one.
By one of us or by Pops and Chat.
Pops and Chat. And there's Joe, 2 Pops. Thanks for the awesome $5. That's awesome. Thank you. So that's and you guys, that's today's the 3rd of August. Yeah, right. Well, pretty much going on the 4th. Yeah, we've got almost just a month away in another 2 weeks or a week, something like that. I would have to give you guys the report because here in a few minutes after we hang up, I gotta go check out the yard.
You better go grab those tomatoes.
Grab the tomatoes at least. Bring them in.
Yeah, and make sure you check it to see if there's anything like scratches, bite marks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that one. I'll keep you posted. And thanks again to everybody. Great show. I'm just kind of looking for something here.
Make sure you actually turn it off tonight.
Yeah. The right button.
He did that to us
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
yeah. It was entertaining. It was 8
It was entertaining.
It was 8 seconds long. Oh, by the way, how was your drive out there?
Good night, everybody.
This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks, with an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.